The best player of all time is begging to leave his boyhood club. The best striker in the history of their club is forced out disgracefully, getting embarrassed on the biggest stages against their competition time and time again. This club is becoming a joke and is slowly but surely transforming to Arsenal, Banter FC.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Bobcast. Thank you for all your support on last week's videos. Definitely go check out our video on Harry Maguire and Pepe if you haven't seen it already, and our video on Rafa Nadal. And this week we're going to be talking about Barcelona. And if you're watching this, you've probably already seen the disappointing match that Barcelona had against Real Madrid. And to be honest, it's been quite a disappointing summer, if not year, for Barcelona. That obviously, you could argue, started even before the 8-2 embarrassing loss to Bayern Munich, and which only got worse with the departure of Suarez. Obviously, as everyone knows, the heavily publicized announcement by Lionel Messi that he wants to leave. He's disappointed with the club and, more importantly, the board. And even Barcelona boss Ronald Koeman himself revealed that there was a lot of dissatisfaction among the players in his first days at the Nou Camp. You know, he talked about Suarez. There's a disappointment with Messi. There's just a general mood of disappointment among their players. And, they weren't able to sign their number one targets, Memphis Depay. It just seems like Barcelona is in a really poor position right now. And Barcelona's board, to remedy the situation, has hired Ronald Koeman as the manager to hopefully turn things around. And it's a little bit early to make a judgment on him, but so far, fans have definitely appreciated how honest he's been and how really forthcoming he's been, and how excited he is that he wants to play the youngsters like Ansu Fati and Pedri. But of course, Griezmann has struggled. Dembele has been up and down. So, Tobi, I just want to ask you, is Ronald Koeman the right man to turn Barcelona around? Or is it just too late? Is the era of Barcelona's dominance over for good?
Yeah, so I think the latter is already established. I think you already know Messi's most likely going to leave Barcelona at the end of the season, probably to go to Man City or another club, maybe PSG or something. So yeah, I don't really think Koeman is the manager to turn Barcelona around. Just looking at the shots per game over the last 7 seasons, I know it's pretty early to judge right now, but Koeman averages 10.8. Koeman's Barcelona averages around 10.8 shots per game, and that is significantly below anything they've averaged in the past. We see that from 17-18 onwards, they've declined a bit, but they still had well over 12 shots per game last year, and that was like with the turmoil between Valverde and Setien. This season, it just looks like a lot, even though they have more possession compared to, they still have a lot of possession compared to a lot of teams. They're not generating as many shots, and they're still conceding quite a number of shots as well. And another huge thing about point I thought about Koeman is that he, over the summer, when he came, he was like, I'm gonna start playing Griezmann back in his natural position. I'm gonna start making sure all these players that disappointed under Valverde and Setien, they start playing very well, start playing in their natural position and stuff. And Griezmann in particular, he started playing him on the right wing. Yeah, Griezmann, you can make an argument he's more of a center forward or a attacking midfielder, but still it's way better than what he was playing under. He's way more natural to him than what he was playing under Valverde or Setien on the left wing. So just running through his stats throughout from his time last year, which was way worse than his any of his totals well before he came to Barcelona. So he averaged last year. He had 18 goals and assists in 47 games, and this we understand that he was playing on the left wing side and stuff, and he had an expected goal and assist per 90. It was 0.42, so it wasn't that great. It was very underwhelming, to be fair, for a $120 million signing. And but the worrying part about this season, he's yet to create a single chance. He's yet to have a single goal contribution, and so is Coleman's tactics really helping Griezmann at this point? Like, he's getting worse stats than he did under other managers playing in a different position. So, like, I definitely think that shows something, because like if you watch his performances with France recently in the Nations League over September and October, he's having much more of an influence over the game than he is at Barcelona. And I think a lot of Barcelona fans would agree with me on that point. And another very worrying point I see with Koeman's team is the fact that like you're not having that much of an like Messi is not having that much of an influence as he used to does. Like,
Right.
you might say, like, some people might be like, okay, this is a positive. We're not going to be as Messi dependent. We're not going to be as um as reliant on Messi. But if you're just looking at his stats compared to like over the years from the 1890s, particularly, he had 70 goal contributions in 50 games, 2.7 key passes per game, dribbles was 3.1, expected goals per average, goal and assists per 90 was 1.21. It's very good, elite level, probably one of the greatest, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Raised to time levels.
yeah. The same thing, like last year, some people said, okay, he didn't score as many goals, but he had 21 assists he had 21 assists in the Liga, and he had 56 goal contributions in 44 games. He had 2.7 key passes, and he had 5.5 dribbles for 90 at the age of 33, which is absolutely insane. And expected goal and assist per 90 was 1.05. But this season, he's had only 3 goal contributions in 5 games. And the scary part about it is 2 of them were penalties. Yeah, he might have won them. Like, he won one of them, and then Fati won the other. But it's still it's still quite worrying, the fact that your best player is just only really had 1 assist. He hasn't even scored an open play goal. He's just had 1 assist. And other worrying stats are his amount of key passes. He's only had 1.5 per game, as well as only 2.8 dribbles per game, which is starkly different than what he just produced the season before, in which he had 5.5. And another really scary thing about Koeman's Barcelona is the fact that even against big teams, we knew that with the signing of Koeman, okay, he's gonna bring a bit of more back, the flair back, and more the heart of Barcelona. He'll actually at least bring a bit of optimism towards Barcelona. We were at least hoping they could do that, and particularly be a bit more sound and resolute against against teams that out muscle them or out physical, beat them in physicality. Even against Sevilla, they drew that game. They get absolutely dominated. It was a very even match. And Sevilla had a lot of chances on them, same as Barcelona. And it just even though I know Sevilla, they went on a winning streak before they played Bayern Munich in the Super Cup, but they still are you still telling me that a team with Barcelona's talent can't beat Sevilla at home? Are you kidding me? And it's the same thing that I really see against the likes of Getafe. Yes, they can beat they can beat the likes. Yes, they might do well against other teams, but weaker teams. But the fact of the matter is, even while dominating most of the ball, they still lost. They still lost 1-0 to Getafe, and they still had less shots less shots than them, and they still weren't able to stop their counterattack. Getafe's counterattack. It was very obvious what Getafe was going to do. We know they're a team that likes to sit back and then wait for the counter, and they still couldn't stop that. And it's just like it's very I feel like this would be very these types of results are still very disappointing in the Barcelona for most Barcelona fans, because it's like, when is this gonna stop? Are we just is this just the notion? Like, is this what Barcelona is now
I
for
think
the
that
past
this
2 to 3
is
years?
normal. I think this almost is like the new normal for Barcelona, and that's kind of what we're getting at. Is that maybe Barcelona's era of dominance is just over, and
Yeah,
like you said, what makes it even worse is that Ronald Koeman probably is not the man to turn it around. If there is anyone in the world who could turn it around. And, like you mentioned about Messi, a lot of people are saying maybe his heart is not at the club anymore. That's why he's turning a bit poorer performances. But to be honest, I don't think Messi is that type of player to
yeah,
be unmotivated. He still loves Barcelona. I think he still loves the fans, and I'm sure he would love to win titles and win lots of matches with Barcelona. So I don't buy that as an excuse at all. So with that being said, that's about it for this video. Let us know in the comments if you agree with us. Do you support Koeman? Are you against him? Do you think Barcelona's era of dominance is truly over? Let us know in the comments. And be sure to let us know what type of videos you want to see in the future, what sport you want it to be. And we will see you in the next video.